Hello, welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. We go to Egypt, where the United States is in the country. On Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken was in Cairo, where he met with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in mediating talks between Israel and Hamas. The discussions are part of the latest effort to broker a deal in a ceasefire and a hostage release between the two sides. After meeting yesterday with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the U.S. official said that Israel has accepted a U.S. bridging proposal.
The important step is for Hamas to say yes, and then in the coming days for all of the expert negotiators to get together to work on clear understandings on implementing the agreement.
Now the issue remains of how to implement the deal, and there are serious disagreements between Hamas and Israel. One includes Hamas calling for an immediate ceasefire and withdrawal of Israeli forces. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wants a total victory, meaning the IDF would continue fighting in the Gaza Strip until Hamas is no longer seen as a threat in the region. There are major concerns in the region that if an agreement is not reached, it could lead to Iran or proxy Hezbollah attacking Israel.
There is, I think, a real sense of urgency here, across the region, on the need to get this over the finish line.
Meanwhile, Hamas taking responsibility for an explosion overnight in Tel Aviv. The man killed was a bomber whose explosive device detonated early before he reached a more populated part of the city.
What's most crucial now is that everyone refrain from taking any actions that could fuel further conflict.
He urged Hamas to do the same as a basis for further ongoing conversations. The militant group has not explicitly rejected the proposal, but said in a statement that it overturns what was previously agreed on. Officials in Iran last week said that only a ceasefire in Gaza would hold back from direct retaliation against Israel for the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh on its soil. Those in Egypt, let us know your thoughts on the mediation talks that the U.S. is in. Do you feel that a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is to come? Let's go to Gabon, where the president demands that no one takes vacation. Gabon's president has barred members from taking vacations abroad. President General Nguema has also limited government officials to a maximum of 1 week of holiday leave. These new restrictions were announced on television after he toured the country to listen to people's concerns. There is speculation that General Nguema may be softening the ground to run for president in next year's election, the first since he seized power in the Central African state. He overthrew his cousin Ali Bongo, who became president back in 2009 following the death of his father, Omar Bongo, who had ruled the country for 41 years. Since General Nguema took power, he has sought to reassure the public that his military is acting in the public's best interest. News of the holiday restrictions come days before the first anniversary of the coup. Nguema may be hoping to draw favorable comparisons with the man he overthrew. Mr. Bongo was known to travel overseas regularly and had owned multiple properties in France and the UK. Yet, General Nguema is himself said to own multiple properties in the United States. And when asked about it in recent years, he said that his private life should be respected. It is also thought that the new holiday restrictions would apply to the president as well. Gabonese officials need not to despair, given the array of attractions in Gabon, including the stunning white sand beaches and some of the world's best gorilla safaris in Loango National Park. Those in Gabon. Let us know your thoughts on the president restricting vacations to just in the country vacations and a limited 1 week. What are your thoughts? Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. We go to Haiti, where police and protesters clash. On Monday, police in Haiti's capital tear gas hundreds of protesters as they called on law enforcement to help them stop the rebels that have been violently seizing control of their neighborhoods. Protesters burned tires to show their anger over the police action and express frustration as attempts of combating violence in the capital have been somewhat unsuccessful. Since the assassination of President Jovenel Moise back in 2021, rebels are in control of much of the country and currently control about 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Despite promises to prioritize security by the Prime Minister and the arrival of Kenyan police officers, many in Haiti feel as if things have not changed. Just last week, another violent prison break left a dozen people dead and hundreds of thousands fleeing their homes. Residents of the Solino neighborhood in Port-au-Prince protested in hopes that their plight would be heard by officials and police would be sent to take on the rebels. Instead, marchers were blocked with barricades and sprayed with tear gas. Those in Haiti, let us know your thoughts on the situation at hand. Do you side with or sympathize with the government or with the people at hand? When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere.
New release of the Spring Summer Collection. Visit www.mccadero.com.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from Madagascar. What's going on? And it reads, wealth is like hair in the nose. It hurts to be separated. Once again, wealth is like hair in the nose. It hurts to be separated. Malagasy proverb. This one's pretty cheeky, huh? Yeah, who wants to be separated from their money? That's why, often in African and Caribbean countries, thieves are often given mob justice. They don't wait for police interaction. It's often that a suspected thief, especially somebody of petty crime, whether they're stealing a wallet or a cell phone or a purse, would rather go to police than deal with the mob because, those individuals that are part of the mob justice, they don't want to be separated from their money like nose hairs from a nose. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.